the reason, then maybe since this is a financial show, right, or a corporate show, whatever, I can remember like back in my workaday world, everybody says, oh, you got to give your employees, like 2 weeks off or else they'll go through employee burnout. I'm like, where the fuck is that right now? It's like I've been doing this nonstop since I started doing this. Yeah. Like, Mike, do you ever like get to the point where you're like, oh God, I just got to take 2 days off?
Because I work from home most of the time, no. So that's the thing. Like I'll do. Like,
I know, but you can't get away from it, though.
That's the thing that sucks. But the problem is, like, a lot of times I'll shout out to my clients because they probably don't know this, but a lot of times I'll do my one-on-ones and I'll be in bed with my girl. Like I haven't even turned the lights on, and I'm doing my one-on-one calls.
Turn your camera on. No, it's on. Not right now. You said to always turn our cameras on.
I have once, bro, and it was to wake this one dude up.
Allegedly, by the way.
Yeah.
this is all allegedly.
And then my studio is in my living room, so I would just go in there and I'm like not wearing shoes and shit, and like I got my 3 cats there, and I'm like I don't give a fuck. So it's that part is good, but the other thing that for me is that what is my normal life? I'm gonna go to the Maxim party, I'm gonna go to Bilzerian's party, I'm gonna go to the Playboy Mansion, I'm gonna do all this stuff, and that's where I make my content to where I make money. So it's what I was doing anyway. I happen to be lucky in that what I'm doing exactly what I was going to be doing
it.
I was going to be doing this anyway. This is my home studio right here. So like this all is just.
I'll tell you a funny. You want to hear a funny story about Myron? Since we can talk shit about him. This was before you came out. Yeah, I think you might have been in. But I can remember going to. I was going to do an interview with them. I was going to do a show with them, and Chris was outside the room, and I was outside the room, and we were knocking on the door, and nobody was answering the door, and we knew that Myron was in the apartment. That's where he lives, right? Because he's sleeping right there. And Chris is like, oh shit, he's asleep. And so we're trying to knock on the door, and knocks on the door, pound on the door. He was not. He was like dead ass asleep, right? And we were trying to even text him. He had his phone like silenced and everything. We're like, oh my God, how are we going to do this? What Chris did was he hit the Bluetooth to like whatever to the music that was in there. He started blaring the music, and it woke him up.
That's so genius.
I don't think I ever told that story before.
Chris actually taught me about that. I had to do that.
It's the Bluetooth trick.
Hearing of the sauce.
Especially because normally I'm the one that I always come to the studio extra early. So there's times Myron is still sleeping, and I'm blowing up Myron's phone like 10 times. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm doing the Chris method.
Yes.
Just blasting.
He was like, check this shit. Watch this shit.
It's almost better than a doorbell.
And what I'll actually blast is Latin or Caribbean music.
Yeah. No.
Because that's what Myron hates. So I'm like, yo, cut this garbage music, man. Like he wants that music gone as soon as possible. You're like, all right, Mo, okay. I'm like, bro, I have to set the studio up, man.
Well, I mean, that's part of like what I was just saying. Like he lives at where he works, and so sometimes that's what happens, right?
Yeah, that is great. So I mean, yeah, same kind of thing. Like with mine, yours is in your house too, right?
It's always been in my house. Like the new place that I'm at right now, it's much more. I can roll out of bed and go do a show if I need to.
I literally roll out of bed, put this shirt on, and I'm just I'm going for 4 hours. Like that.
But then I got the dogs to come and wake me up and run me around and everything, get me out of the house and shit. So
my gym is in my building. I'm sure there's one in Pano, right? Yeah. So I live in Panorama Towers here in Vegas, and my gym's in my building. I'll go 3-4 days, won't even leave my building.
Same company?
No, it's not.
Oh, it's
different company.
Okay.
But I'll go 3-4 days. I won't even leave my building. Food will get delivered. People come over, party at my place. And then when I see Myron, I was like, I can identify with that. Like he'll wake up, like his bedroom is right next to the room.
He's exactly like that.
Yeah.